much to do, to learn and see on Lord Howe Island. Such a lovely place to be is Lord Howe Island. So come over and explore beaches, forests, mountains, and more. So much beauty, that's for sure, on Lord Howe Island. On Lord Howe Island. On Lord Howe Island.
G'day there, Arnie here. Here on Lord Howe Island, they really know how to care for the environment around them. Many people describe this place as a pristine environment. If you have never heard that word before, it means fresh, clean, spotless, unspoiled, like new. And now, what is the environment you are responsible for looking like? I am talking about your room. Do you keep it neat, tidy, clean, spotless, unspoiled, like new? Do you ever need to be reminded to clean your room?
Have you ever looked in your room and found it quite a mess? Found some parts of your puzzle, but you can't find the rest. Things missing and things broken and just lying everywhere. Well, it's time to take some action and it's time to take more care. So if you open it, make sure you close it. If you turn it on, don't forget to turn it off. If you're finished with your things, put them all away. Take care of what's around you every day. So if you open it, make sure you close it. If you turn it on, don't forget to turn it off. If you're finished with your things, put them all away. Take care of what's around you every day. Have you ever looked in your room and found it quite a mess? Found some parts of your puzzle, but you can't find the rest. Things missing and things broken and just lying everywhere. Well, it's time to take some action and it's time to take more care. So if you open it, make sure you close it. If you've turned it on, don't forget to turn it off. If you're finished with your things, put them all away. Take care of what's around you every day. So if you open it, make sure you close it. If you've turned it on, don't forget to turn it off. If you're finished with your things, put them all away. Take care of what's around you every day. Take care of what's around you every day. Take care of what's around you every day.
Scientists were becoming more and more interested in how unusual and unique our plants and birds were. In 1982, the whole island was put on what is called the World Heritage List. So the United Nations in New York has a special list of places in the world that are very, very important. Lord Howe was the 4th place in Australia to be put on that list. A big effort was made to get rid of animals that had been let go here, like cats that had been let go, and goats and pigs, and they'd all been running around on the island. They'd been put here by very early whaling ships. So those animals were all removed, and most recently rats and mice were removed from the island in 2019. A big effort was made to get rid of any weeds we had in our forests, and so the island's almost back to the way it was when it was first discovered.
Over on Lord Howe Island, on all the walking tracks, there are special boot scrub bays where you can clean your feet before walking on the tracks. There are brushes for your shoes, and a foot dip to stand in which disinfects the soles of your shoes. This is to help stop the spread of weeds and protect the island environment. On Lord Howe Island, their electricity is generated from a solar farm. See all the solar panels here, which are converting the sun's energy into power. At least 2/3 of the island's power comes from this solar farm, helping to reduce the need for diesel generators and imported fuels.
Since humans arrived here in 1788, we have actually lost 9 land birds due to humans perhaps not understanding and doing the right thing. So 2 of the birds were shot by early sailors that came here for food, and they disappeared within 30 years of discovery of the island. Then when the settlers came, they had to grow food to survive. There were no shops, there were no ships, and a little parakeet living on the island came to eat the food crops. So the islanders shot that one to protect their food. Then the biggest disaster came when rats got to Lord Howe Island off a shipwreck in 1918, and within 10 years of arriving, the rats ate 5 birds into extinction. And the last bird to go was a little owl, quite a small owl, the boobook owl. In 1920, the government brought big masked owls from Tasmania to eat the rats, and those bigger owls competed with our poor little boobooks, and they disappeared in the 1950s. So in past generations, people haven't been aware of the consequences of bringing plants and animals in that can impact. In the 1970s, there was a move around Australia and the world about conservation, ecology, and Lord Howe Island has had 50 years of very successful conservation.
Look what I found at Old Settlement Beach. This is a rat trap. In 2019, a rat eradication program successfully removed all the rats and mice from Lord Howe Island. In 2021, some more rats were found in the settlement and were removed. Now there is monitoring in place to make sure that they do not return.
In 1970, scientists came here and realised that the woodhen, our flightless bird, was hardly existing on the island. It only lived on top of Mount Gower, and there might have only been 20 surviving in the world. Cats and dogs were eating woodhens, and the wild pigs were digging up woodhen nests, eating eggs and chicks. So the woodhens had been eaten except off the top of Mount Gower, where 20 survived. So at the end of the 1970s, our first conservation program on Lord Howe Island was the woodhen rescue. The island men shot 180 wild pigs, the rangers trapped 80 feral cats, and domestic cats were banned, which meant from 1982 there were no cats allowed on Lord Howe Island. And a little captive breeding project on the island, getting woodhens off Mount Gower to a little breeding centre in the lowlands, raised 93 woodhen chicks and released them. And the numbers of woodhens grew to about 200 due to those conservation measures. And getting rid of the cats had other conservation benefits. 2 seabirds that the cats ate off the island 100 years earlier, they've come back to breed on the island, and all the seabirds have increased since cats have been removed. And in 2019, there was a rat eradication on Lord Howe Island. All the rats were removed and all the mice were removed, and there's been a big increase in all of the birds. The woodhen numbers have gone from 200 to 2,000.
G'day there, boys and girls, and welcome along to Balloon Kaboom. And again, I've got my friend here with me, Pastor Darren. G'day there, Pastor Darren.
Hi, Arnie. Hi, boys and girls. So good to be back again.
It is really good to be back. Now, Pastor Darren, just a little while ago, I went out to an island called Lord Howe Island. And we did some kids clubs and concerts out there and had a great time. What are we going to be making today?
Well, today I have some silver balloons.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to make an animal and see if you can guess what I'm making, boys and girls. I'm going to inflate it.
Yep.
And tie it off.
Yeah, tie it off.
And I'm going to start twisting the head.
Oh, okay. So it's got a head.
One bubble,
Yep.
two bubbles, and roll the third one through.
Roll the third one through.
Then I'm going to make a small bubble,
Yep.
a big bubble,
Small and a big bubble.
pinch it,
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
and another bubble
Yep.
and pinch it,
Another one and pinch it.
and tie it back in at the neck. And now I'm going to give it a body. Another silver balloon,
Yeah, another silver balloon. Yep.
and join it in at the neck.
Okay.
And one bubble,
And one bubble. Two bubbles.
yes, two bubbles,
Two bubbles.
back to the neck. And leave this big clue. This animal has a nice long tail, and give it some legs.
Yep. Animal, I'm guessing, has got 4 legs.
There's his legs.
Yep.
Down there.
Yeah, legs
Big
down.
long tail.
Yep. And some ears. Okay, he needs a nose.
Some beady eyes.
Oh, some beady eyes. Yep.
Some little whiskers at the front as well.
Oh, there's a good clue. Some whiskers at the front. Yep.
Googly eyes.
So it can go on the internet. Got to be able to Google these days.
And there it is.
There it is. Oh, there it is, boys and girls. I reckon it might be an elephant.
An elephant?
Yeah.
Can't see a trunk. I can see a big long tail, but not a trunk.
Oh,
Can you see a trunk, boys and girls?
yeah, right. Let me think. Maybe a rat.
Yes, it's a rat.
Oh,
a
yeah.
rat. Tell me, Arnie, you went to Lord Howe Island.
Yep.
Did you see lots of rats over there?
No, I didn't. There used to be lots of them, but now there's none.
No rats. What did they do?
They raticated them.
Eradicated them.
Yeah.
I imagine now rats can be pretty destructive.
Yeah, they weren't very, let's say, community-minded.
Ah, right. So they didn't live in harmony. They probably killed birds and birds' eggs and got into all the food and
Yep,
killed plants. And
yep.
so someone over there decided to care for their community and make sure they got rid of all the rats to make sure that the community could flourish.
Yeah, and the environment as well.
That's right. We can learn from that.
We can.
We can care for our community and live in harmony
We also should live in harmony
with each other.
with each other and not try and harm each other.
That's right. Live together so that the whole community can flourish and we as individuals can flourish as well.
Well, that's a great message, Pastor Darren, and a great balloon you've made today.
Not like the rat.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to call this one, let's see, tar.
Tar.
Going to call it, yeah, tar. That's rat backwards. Tar, Pastor Darren. Anyway, it's time to finish now. So from Balloon Kaboom, we'll catch you next time. See you, Pastor Darren.
Bye, Arnie. Bye, boys and girls.
Yeah, bye-bye. Come on, tar. Let's go and have a look where you're going to live. See you, Pastor Darren.
What makes the Earth so great? It's well-rounded.
Now, here at Lord Howe Island, we have an issue with one of our seabirds. This bird we call the mutton bird, or flesh-footed shearwater. Its parents go out over the sea feeding and they pick up pieces of plastic, mistaking it for food. And the parents eat the plastic and they bring it back and feed it to their chicks. And the chicks sit in a burrow being fed for about 90 days. And if they get fed too much plastic, then their stomach fills up and they can't fit enough food in to develop properly and they die. And this is a problem worldwide for probably 70% of seabird species. Some people ask, why would a seabird pick up a piece of plastic like that? It doesn't look very appetizing, but if it's floating on the ocean, it gets covered in barnacles and algae, so to the bird it looks and smells like food, so they pick it up. This plastic is not from Lord Howe Island, it's from all around the world. Ships dump plastic, it's from Asia, America, every country in the world. Plastic is discarded by humans, goes down to the rivers, into the ocean, waves break it up into small pieces. And as part of our education, the school children here at Lord Howe Island did a fantastic mural. This picture of the bird here is a mutton bird in flight, and the school children made this by picking up all this plastic off the beaches from Lord Howe Island. It's not our plastic, it's come from other countries and ships, and a local artist, and the children made this picture out of all the little pieces of plastic, just so that visitors could be aware of what the final impact of plastic pollution is. And there's lots of things there that you find discarded. Bottle caps are one of the biggest things, and there's a spoon, there's bits of rope, cigarette lighter, pegs, all sorts of plastic things that it can impact the birds.
There is a very strict recycling program on Lord Howe Island. As you can see by the 3 bins here, rubbish is carefully divided into recyclables, paper and cardboard, and garbage. Food waste also is composted. This is the recycle facility where all the waste is carefully sorted, and what cannot be composted is baled and sent back to the mainland. Caring for our environment means being responsible with our rubbish.
Hey, if I ride my bike twice, does that count as recycling?
My name's Zane.
My name is Micah.
It is important to take care of our world.
The world is in our hands. Today we are going to make a world in our hands craft. First, you will need to trace each other's hands. Now, you need to cut out your hands with a pair of scissors. Now, we need to colour in the world. You will need a green and a blue. The blue is for the water and the green for the land. Next, we're going to get our hands and stick them so that it looks like we're holding the earth in our hands. Now, we're going to put a heart on the world. Stick it right in the middle.
It is important to take care of our world.
The world is in our hands. This is what your craft should look like if you follow the steps correctly.
What's the difference between weather and climate? You can't weather a tree, but you can climb it.
Gonna take care of all the things I see around me, so I can make this world a nicer place to live, and make it my requirement that I care for my environment. Take care of all the things I see around me.
Gonna take care of all the things I see around me, so I can make this world a nicer place to live, and make it my requirement that I care for my environment. take care of all the things I see around me.
Gonna take care of all the things I see around me, so I can make this world a nicer place to live, and make it my requirement that I care for my environment. Take care of all the things I see around me. Gonna take care of all the things I see around me, so I can make this world a nicer place to live, and make it my requirement that I care for my environment. Take care of all the things I see around me, and make it my requirement that I care for my environment. Take care of all the things I see around me.
It sure is important to take care of the world that we live in. See what you can do to make a difference where you live. Take care of all that you see around you. I'm Arnie from Arnie's Shack, and I'll catch you all again next time as we continue to learn more during our time together on Lord Howe Island. So take care, stay safe, and God bless.